students, welcome to the online classes of Sri Mahavir International School. I hope you all are fit and fine at your home and also enjoying the online classes of our school. Students, today I am back with my new video and going to teach you part 2 of chapter number 3, pronoun. So students, before starting the new topic, first we do the quick revision of my previous video. In my previous video, I taught you about that what is pronoun. As you all know, a word used instead of noun is called pronoun. The word which used as the place of noun is called pronoun. Okay. We also learn the various kinds of pronouns name. We learn their name and just having the explanation of 4 kinds of pronoun that were personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun and interrogative pronoun. Today I am back for explaining you the remaining kinds of pronoun. So let's start. You can see 2 pair of sentences here. One is here, I poured myself a cup of tea. I myself am to blame for the confusion. Beta, you can see these 2 words are highlighted here, but the place or the position are totally different in these sentences. That I poured myself, here myself stands after the principal verb and here myself stands after the subject. You can see one more pair. Priya loves singing to herself. She herself does not seem to worried about her result. Again you can see that one herself stands at the object place or at the end of the sentence, and here in the next sentence you can see that herself stands just after the subject. There is a major difference that what is the position of here these myself and herself. Okay, what are they? The first sentence of each pair, the highlighted pronoun myself or herself, okay, receives the action of the subject I and Priya. You can see in both the pair, the first sentence receives the action of subject. Okay, both the words myself and herself receives the action of the subject. As you can see, Priya loves singing to herself. So Priya is a subject and it is receiving. Priya is receiving an action, okay, by the word herself. In second sentence of each pair, the highlighted pronoun is used for emphasize. Emphasize means to pressurizing something, okay. She herself does not seems to worried about her result. तो she herself खुद के लिए, खुद पर बल देना कोई बात के लिए, okay. She herself does not seems to worried about herself. So whenever we have to pressurize ourselves, the subject is pressurize ourselves, that is called emphasizing pronoun, okay. And when the subject receiving the action is called reflexive pronoun, okay. Let me clear it with the definition. A pronoun that indicates that the action of the subject reflects or turn back, okay. When the action of the subject reflects or turn back, कोई भी बात जो हम कर रहे हैं वो वापस reflect या वापस जाती है subject के लिए, okay. Let you can see that Priya loves singing to herself. Herself किसके लिए यहाँ यूज हुआ है? यहाँ ये herself यूज हुआ है प्रिया के लिए. So when the word herself, self word is go back or turn back or reflects again to the subject is called reflexive pronoun. Beta, I hope you understand it. A pronoun that used for the sake of emphasize. Emphasize means बल देना, किसी subject खुद के लिए किसी काम पर बल देना is called emphasizing pronoun. Again I am repeating that she herself, she is talking about herself, does not seems to worried about her result. So these are the 2 other part of pronoun, that is reflexive pronoun and emphasizing pronoun. Mostly we use the words pronoun with the word self to representing reflexive pronoun and emphasizing pronoun. Now come to the next kind of pronoun. Each of the boxes was opened. I haven't read either of the book. Neither of them will admit to have broken the vase. So, some words are highlighted here that are each, either or neither. We pronounce it either or neither, or maybe either or neither. So, these words are highlighted and these words are representing here to distributing something. So, whenever the word distributing something is called distributive pronouns. Okay. One very important thing given is here that distributive pronouns are always followed by the verb in the singular. So, whenever we use distributive pronoun words, we always use verb in a single form. Let me clear it. Each of the boxes. If we are talking about the boxes, boxes is plural noun, but we use here a singular verb because we are talking about the each of the boxes. Okay, I hope you understand it. I haven't read either of the books. Okay, neither of them will admit to having broken the vase. So we are talking about here some distribution of the words. So whenever we are using the distributing word in the form of pronoun is called distributive pronoun. Let me clear it with the help of definition. Pronouns that show that people or the things are single or a singly or in a separate group. Okay, when the pronouns show that the people or the thing are taken singly or in a separate group is called distributive pronoun. They are always singular or and or therefore followed by the verb in a singular. जब भी distributive pronoun के words हम use करते हैं तो वो singular verb के साथ ही use होते हैं. So बेटा, this is distributive pronoun. I hope you understand it. Some more words we can use as a distributive pronoun that are each, either, neither. Okay. So these are the words which represents as a distributive pronoun. Come to the next type of pronoun, that is indefinite pronoun. Let me clear it. One must preserve one traditions. Many had proposed the ideas but few voted in its favor later. Okay. So here we do not know that what we are talking about. We do not know the particular person or thing, but we are using some word to represent them. What are they? There is one, many or few. So these are the words when we do not know about the exactly or a particular person or thing and we using it as a pronoun is called indefinite pronoun. Let me clear. Pronouns that do not refer to any person in particular is called indefinite pronoun. When we do not know about the particular person, okay, so we use some words instead of that. So it's called as an indefinite pronoun. Okay. In the above sentence, the highlighted pronoun refers to nouns that are understood or implied rather than stated in particular. हमें पता नहीं है कि हम किसके बारे में बात करें, ओके, बट हमें उस पर्टिकुलर पर्सन को प्रोनाउन के थ्रू रिप्रेजेंट किया है, ओके, पर हमें वो पर्टिकुलर पर्सन पता नहीं है यहाँ पे, ओके. लेट मी क्लियर. रिमेंबर व्हेन यूजिंग द प्रोनाउन वन यू मस्ट बी कंसिस्टेंट. वी कैन नॉट से वन ट्राइज टू हेल्प हिज पेरेंट्स. हम ऐसे नहीं कह सकते, ओके. Some example or indefinite pronoun are several, all, both, anyone, everyone, someone, everybody and nobody. So these are the examples of indefinite pronoun. So beta, this is indefinite pronoun. In this video I started with the reflexive pronoun, emphasizing pronoun, distributive pronoun and indefinite pronoun. Now come to the next type of pronoun, that is the two sisters always try to help one another. Okay, so here one action is taking place. The two sisters always try to help one another. Next, they waved goodbye to each other as they parted. Okay, so there two actions are taking place. What are they? The highlighted pronouns indicate that two or more people, okay, when we are indicating two or more people, carry out an action. They are doing some action or having some action and receive it effects. Whatever the action we are doing, and we get at the same time of receiving their effects, okay, that is used with the word reciprocal pronoun. Pronouns that denotes mutual action. What is mutual action? Mutual action is here when two or more people carry out an action and receive it effects at the same time is a mutual action. So the word which showing the mutual action is called reciprocal pronoun, that are one another and each other. Okay beta. Now come to the next type of pronoun, that is relative pronoun. What is that? The book which you had suggested was very interesting. Okay, so we are talking about the book. Okay, is very interesting, but it is suggested by someone. Again, he is a boy who always completes his homework on time. Here we are talking about the boy who have one special quality, that he always completes his work on time. Next, this is a house that was sold by my uncle. So house is noun here, which was sold by my uncle. In each of the sentence, the highlighted pronoun relates to the noun. So whenever the word relates to the noun, okay, so we use some another word to relate them, and that is called relative pronoun. But here the book, boy and house to the underlined word that follow. Okay, we are talking about these underlined word, and that is followed by the relative pronoun. Let me clear it with the definition. A pronoun that relates a noun. A pronoun that relates a noun. When in the sentence the pronoun relate to the noun that comes before it to a group or words that followed is called a relative pronoun. जब उसे group और words के to relate किया जाता है उसे हम relative pronoun कहते हैं. Let me clear it. A relative pronoun should always be placed close to its antecedents. Okay, close to it antecedents. We say the boy who is in the train is my brother. So we are talking about the boy. Okay, we are talking here about the boy who is in the train is my brother. So particular we are talking about the boy and we relate it to my brother who is sitting in the train. Okay, now next, the most frequently used relative pronouns are who, whose, whom, which and that. Okay, so these are some words, these are some example which represents relative pronoun. Let us learn more about the use of each. Okay, how? The relative pronoun who and whom. The relative pronoun who and whom are used only for people irrespective of gender or noun. Okay, who और whom यूज किया जाता है पीपल्स के साथ irrespective of gender, we don't know, or number. Students who forget to bring her hall tickets will not be allowed to sit for the test. So students here a number noun, okay, and they forget to bring their hall tickets, so they are not sit in the test. They are not allowed to sit in the test. The teacher whom you were supposed to meet has left already. So we are talking about here teacher to whom we have to supposed to meet has already left. Okay. Note that who is used when the relative pronoun functions as a subject. So it is very clear in these lines that whenever we are talking about the word who as a relative pronoun, it relative pronoun function as subject. वो हमेशा subject के लिए use होगा who यहाँ पे. और whereas whom is used when the pronoun is the object. who use होता है subject form में और whom use होता है pronoun is as a object. We use whose to refer both people and non-living thing. whose को हम use करते हैं people और non-living thing के लिए. Let's see the example. The teacher scolded the students whose result were poor. तो whose result were poor living thing और people दोनों नॉन लिविंग थिंग और people दोनों के लिए यूज हुआ है. ठीक है. कम टू द नेक्स्ट एग्जाम्पल. द बाइसिकल whose lamp was missing belongs to Retul. Okay, Ratul. So here the bicycle lamp was missing, which belongs to Ratul. We can use which for non-living things and animals. So there is a difference between again whose and which. Whose use with people or non-living thing and which use with non-living things and animals. Okay, let's see with the help of example. The sparrows which lost their home in the storm are building a new nest. The sparrows which lost their home in the storm are building a new nest. So we are talking here about the animal or bird. Okay. The relative pronouns that usually refer to non-living thing. For example, we were the first to find the clues that would lead us to the hidden treasure. So here we are talking about the hidden treasure, that is non-living thing. So students, in this way we completed all the kinds of pronoun that are personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, reflexive pronoun, emphasizing pronoun, distributive pronoun, reciprocal pronoun, indefinite pronoun and relative pronoun. Beta, you read this chapter twice, try to understand, watch the video thoroughly. If you have any query related to this topic, send it to me. Okay, bye bye, have a nice day.